Good morning! We are just now getting to the shop. I have a couple things that I need to take care of here this morning. Some shipping, getting the printers running, and then we will be headed back home to take care of the bulk of what we need to do today. This is kind of the way I start every morning, and I'm glad you're here with me. So first up, I needed to grab my computer, my laptop out of the printer room. I keep that in there when I'm not here. It just makes sense to keep it in there. But right now, this is the shipping station. We need to package something up really quick, and then a little bit later in the day, we will be heading to the post office, because that's kind of what we need to do at home too. I was lazy and did not wake up this morning on time, so the morning time will be for packaging. It's a little bit inefficient this way. It would be nice to hit the post office on my way home in between these two places. That's normally what I do, but today, my son was on spring break last week, so I'm just now getting back into the groove of things. Whatever happens, happens, and it'll be all right. So let's get this packaged up. Right now, this is kind of where I'm keeping all of my inventory. We sold one of these capsule kits, and they're already boxed, stocked, ready to go. I kind of just have to grab one, throw it in a new box, and then it's ready to ship. It's super quick, super easy. Right now, I think we've got like 12 or so in stock, so that whenever we get a sale, we aren't rushing, scrambling, trying to get everything ready. It's just already prepackaged in the box and saves me a lot of time later on. And this is my new shipping station. I don't think I've shown it to you guys since I've set it up. This table was in the printer room. I set this up a couple videos ago, maybe. I'll make sure it's linked in case you want to go back and watch me set up this table. It was riveting. I moved it out here so that I could have a simple shipping setup for whenever I'm shipping out of this place. It may change in the future, but for now I had this table available and it seemed like a good fit. So what I got is the same scale that I'm using at home, the same tape dispenser, tabletop tape dispenser that I'm using at home, and kind of the same label maker. This one is technically the Bluetooth label range. At home, I don't have the Bluetooth, but I'm not even using the Bluetooth capabilities because honestly, I couldn't figure it out. I tried very hard, and I'm generally pretty techie, but it was not working for me, so it is connected through a cable, which is fine. I just roll my computer over here and hook it up whenever I need it, so it's working out for now. Maybe one day I'll fix the Bluetooth, but that is the shipping station. The only thing that's actually new to me is this tape dispenser, which I don't love. I like the one I have at home better. I just wanted to try this one out. It had great reviews, but if I were to review it, I don't think I would give it the same great reviews, but whatever, it's gonna do the job that I need. So that's the shipping station. Let's package this and get on with it. All right, that was actually the only thing that I need to package up here. I'm gonna get the printers running really quick with something for the mystery box, maybe some minis or something like that. Then we'll be headed out. Okay, so I'm kind of printing for the mystery box. We'll get to that more later. I'm probably gonna run stuff at home too because I have a couple more things I need to print for May. It's almost the end of April. By the time this video goes live, it will actually be May, so the mystery box will be gone. But today, we still need to wrap up a couple things for that. On top of that, I did get accepted for the tent setup, the booth setup that I applied for July. So we kind of need to start cranking out some prints for that. And I have a really cool idea for that. Come here. Inside this box, there is like a toy vending machine like you would see at a grocery store or something, where you put the coins in, you turn the knob, and it gives you a prize. And so I need to start preparing some minis or something to go in the little clear plastic balls to go inside of this machine. I haven't even gotten it out of the box yet, but it's in there. Maybe that's something we can do now. We'll just open it up now because I kind of need to see what it looks like to start preparing, I guess. And I need to order a bunch of those little plastic balls. Nice. So there it is. You can see here, it's got the keys and the knob, and this one specifically is $1, so it'll take 4 quarters to run. And so when I'm preparing for the event, I'm assuming most people don't just carry around $1 worth of quarters these days, so I'll need to make sure I prepare for that so they can exchange me $1 paper dollar for 4 quarters so they can hopefully use the machine. And so when I'm preparing to use that thing, I need to make sure that I keep the items relatively cheap to go in it. And minis are my thought, they're relatively inexpensive. But once you start adding in all the multicolor changes and the print time, and that kind of adds to the cost. So I think for that specific machine, I'm only gonna print single color prints or filament run out rolls, or ways that I can keep it super, super cheap so that $1 doesn't end up costing me money to use the machine. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's kind of what we're gonna use the machines for this morning. We're gonna start running some single color, cheap little fast minis that we can throw in that machine. I also wanna come up with some kind of incentive for people to want to use the machine, like discount codes, free shipping codes, free products, some kind of something in there that will entice people to want to use the machine instead of just getting one little mini out of it that they could get from my booth or my table anyways, right? So if you guys have any tips or any ideas, please let me know in the comments. I would love some ideas for this. You guys definitely have done more booth setups than I have. Your help is needed. But for now, let's find some minis and let's get this thing running so we can get out of here. I think I'm gonna start with some axolotls. I really like printing the axolotls in single color. I think they look fine. And specifically from Zoo 3D, that's where I'm going. And we'll keep the blue in there as well. I'm kind of just wanting to run through the filaments that I have loaded and not really open anything else up today. I think I'm gonna risk it and keep the eyes black. The reason I don't want to do that is because here, I'm not here all day, and so if one of the AMS units snags or catches or messes up somehow, I have to wait until tomorrow morning to come back and fix it. And if you guys have experience with AMS, you know if that happens, sometimes it can leave an abrupt line in the prints, which I guess for this case, it's really not that big of a deal because they're going in the canisters for $1 anyways. I'm gonna risk it, I think. I'm gonna do black eyes, that way minimal color changes, but it still kind of looks like a creature. I think that's kind of necessary. Alright, I ended up putting the black back in so that I can do them multicolored. It's only 30 color changes, and I'm willing to gamble on that. But it is 142 grams of the primary color. We're gonna risk it and see if that is 142 grams. I'm really not sure. Okay, and I guess this is what I was talking about earlier. You can kind of see around the head part where the eyes are. It paused there for a day and it kind of ruined the print. And so this would not be something I could sell anymore. But we'll just throw it into a bucket whenever we have the festival and we'll discount these or give them away for free or something like that. But it's not really something I want to just keep happening. I don't want to keep wasting filament and print time, so we'll see what happens with these, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll just completely commit to doing single color prints for the fun candy machine, I guess is what I'm going to call it, even though it's not a candy machine. Toy machine? Toy machine. Alright, we are done here. I need to go home, start packaging all of the nameplates. We'll probably head to the post office, and then who knows. Oh, it's not done downloading. Don't want to close that yet. So I just made it back home, and first on the list is packaging nameplates. Now I've got these 4 that are all one order. I've been working on them over the weekend. These are ready to go. I've got 1 box here that I already put the nameplate in, but when I went to ship, it had a gift message, and so I got to get that printed and in the box. And I also have a bunch of nameplates in here that printed overnight that I need to get off the printers and take in there to get packaged. ran upstairs really quick and printed out my little Etsy printable. This is what I throw in the boxes anytime someone asks for a gift message. I don't like the generic one that Etsy provides, so I kind of created my own in Canva, and then whenever someone has a gift message, I just copy and paste it into my little template that I've created, and it's nice, quick, and easy. I print it 4:1 so that it's like a smaller size, and if I have multiple orders with gift messages, I can print it 4:1. They'll be nice and tiny and it saves paper, but in this instance, it actually didn't save any paper. I just think this is an appropriate size. Throw it in there and this one is ready to go. Okay, 1 down. Now I'm gonna work on this order of 4 nameplates. That is the only one out of these that has to go out today. And I'm gonna use an 11 by 8 by 6 for this one, hopefully, as long as they will fit. Sometimes the nameplates are too long to fit in this box. And in that case, we'll troubleshoot. But for now, it's what we're going with. My handy dandy tape gun, which is almost out of tape. I have extra tape. Look at me go. Yeah, man, this tape gun is way better than the one that I have over at the shop. I'm pretty upset that I bought that one, but it was pretty cheap, and I'll just buy this one now, and I'll have 2 over there, I guess. We're also getting pretty low on bubble wrap. I'll need to buy that when I go to the store tomorrow morning. Just a couple hairs on these that I need to blast away. Generally, the Overture colors don't really have a ton of strings, I guess for the nameplates at least. There are some things that I print where there are a few strings, but they do a really good job for the nameplates. I like it a lot. And back here in this corner, anytime I order from Amazon or really anywhere and they send this packing paper, I keep this stuff. It's all back here. I don't have to spend money on it, which comes in handy all the time. It looks like a giant mess and I don't love that, but I do like having the free packing paper. 2 down, 6 to go. I guess you can kind of tell that nameplates have picked up here now that we've reached April, which makes sense because we have teacher appreciation the first week in May, so next week. We have graduation coming up at the end of May. And we also have Nurse Appreciation Week, which I haven't gotten any nurse nameplates yet, but it's coming. I can feel it. And for my nameplates, I'm still using these 11 by 8 by 2 boxes. They seem to be sturdy enough, cheap enough, and they fit pretty nicely. This is my favorite black for nameplates right now. I've been using the Elegoo black. It's kind of like a charcoal. It's pretty matte, clean, and super cheap, and I'm really into it. Printing white, especially on top of black, just always gives me a bit of stress because these are the ones that are most likely to have some kind of blemish and mess up. But luckily this one came out first try and the white looks crisp and clean. So I'm super happy about that. All right, so now that that is done, I can go to the post office within the next hour. I need to get it done before my son gets home. But first, I really want to get these Repracks up on the wall, at least some of them up on the wall in the printer room, because it's really starting to get on my nerves. And my plan is to put it on this wall over here. I have my 3 printers on the floor down here, and so I think if I start high enough, I can get 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 full Repracks up on this wall. And I've been printing, so I have these that are on the printer and could even print more. I have this stack that I've had sitting here for a super long time that are ready to go on the wall. And I also have all of these that have been printed to go on the wall as well. And I've been waiting to put them up because Like I said earlier in the video, Henry was on spring break last week, and the only time I have available to work is when he is napping. And screwing into the wall is a bit loud, and I was not willing to risk waking him up from his nap because that is the only time I had available to work, and I needed that time. So today, he will not be here for an hour and a half. I'm going to try to get as many of these up onto the wall as I can because it needs to happen. I need this to get done. Alright, materials have been gathered. Let's get to work. Alright, these are good enough for now. I think 3 rows will be enough to get me some of the filament off the floor. I definitely don't think it's going to be enough, but it is nice to see that I'm probably going to get maybe 2 more rows. I just need to get more screws. And it's also 11:45, and so I need to go to the post office before Henry gets home. So after lunch, we will put the pipes in these. I have maybe enough pipes to do it all, but I have enough pipes for sure to do 2 rows. And then we'll load some filament, we'll get the printers running. We have a full afternoon of work still to do, but for now, to the post office. I'm back from the post office and from lunch, and in the last 10 minutes before I took a little lunch break, I was able to add on an extra row of the Repracks. I definitely do not have enough pipes to be able to fully complete this. I maybe only have enough for just 1 row. I'm not even going to really get to that today, or at least right this second, because now I need to get the printers running. First step is to get a 0.2mm nozzle installed into one of the printers. So I need to get the 0.2mm nozzle installed for a side project with one of my business partners, Ted. Hi, Ted. But the problem is, the biggest issue I'm finding having 2 different spaces is that I have filament here, I have filament there, I have some equipment there, I have some equipment here. And it would be possible to go back and forth between the 2, but my son is upstairs sleeping, and I am the caregiver at the moment. And so I can't just leave with him asleep upstairs. That would be horrible. So orange filament that I need for this project is over at the new space. The other filament that I need is all right here. So I cannot complete this project at the moment because the orange filament is not here. I'll have to grab that and get this running later this evening once little Henry wakes up. But I can still go ahead and get the nozzle installed. That way, whenever I get home with the filament later, all I have to do is throw it in the printer and hit go. So we will handle this, and then we will move on to whatever ends up being next. All right, nozzle has been installed. Now I'm just gonna put the printer back together, and then maybe we go print some nameplates now. All right, so before we head upstairs and get the nameplates running or whatever else we need to do for the rest of the day. This is a perfectly good nozzle. Let me label this so that I know that this is good in the future. Okay, so before we run upstairs and start working on nameplates or sending prints to the printers, first we need to think about the mystery box. That's the other thing that I need to be printing for. And so I just pulled off the printer some of these adorable little raccoon heads. This is the head part. I've already printed the body part. These are by 3D Gob. So I just pop the head on, and then it's a super cute little flexi. So I've got the raccoons going in the mystery box. I've got these adorable little pigeons. I guess they're pigeons. They're just like generic birds, but I made them this awesome blue color to kind of look like a pigeon. Super cute. So those are 2 of the items. We've also got these little turtles. The floppy item for this month is going to be the Bearded Printer's floppy disk. Look how floppy! And then this is the large dragon for the box. I've been putting 3 to 5 minis in there, and I've got a squirrel and a lobster so far. And then this morning when we were over at the shop, I started up those axolotls. So I'll throw in one of those axolotls. And so I think I need to print one more mini, and I need 2 clickers. So that is the plan for the rest of the afternoon. Finding one more mini, 2 clickers, and over here on this printer, you can see that I was printing the actual mystery box. This month's box is pretty cool. I always get a little nervous when I'm flipping over what would be the top of the box. I need that to kind of come out pretty clean, and sometimes they come out not so clean, but both of these look pretty good. So I need to rerun that. These are the tops of the boxes, and you probably can guess it is a flip-flop box this month. I'm pretty excited about that design. So I will just hit reprint on this one. And then here, the rest of the flip-flop is going to be printed in this watermelon red, or matte pastel watermelon from Polymaker. That is one of my favorite colors right now. It's giving me super summery vibes. So I'll be printing the rest of the flip-flop box in this, and it goes perfectly with that green. It's kind of giving me like watermelon-y vibes, I guess, which is the name of the filament. So that will go here, and I also need to set up a sprinkles nameplate that I designed on stream yesterday. So the last Sunday of every month, I do a live stream for all of my Patreon members, and so yesterday I had my live stream, and they got to hang out, and I designed all my nameplates for the day, I guess. So if you want to be a part of that, join the Patreon, linked in the description. I'd love to have you. It's a good time over there. All right, so I need to get these running really quick. All right, filament is loaded for the sprinkles nameplate and the mystery box, the flip-flop. Let's run upstairs and hit send on those prints, and then we will start looking for the minis and the clickers for the mystery box. Okay, nameplate and flip-flop box have been sent to the printers. A little sneak peek at what the flip-flop box will end up looking like. We got this guy going on. I haven't glued the top on yet, which is why I'm holding it like that. But we've got the flip-flop, and then it opens up to make the box. So if you are interested in this flip-flop box, the files are available on my Things profile and on my Patreon. There's a new mystery box every single month. If you want to print the things that I print and ship out in my mystery box, I have a blog post that I make every month that lists the items that were in the box last month. So I'm working on the May mystery box now, the flip-flop box. April, I think this is the March mystery box, and I don't think I'm gonna take everything out of it, but it's pretty jam-packed full of goodies. So that is the mystery box that I do every month. This one was a fuzzy box, and it is already available on Things and Patreon if you're interested in that. But yeah, check the blog post for the items that were in each box, Things and Patreon, to actually print the physical box. So we've sent everything to the printers for the nameplates and this actual physical mystery box. I still need to find 2 minis and, well, 1 or 2 minis and a clicker. Ooh, a giant butterfly. That's kind of fun. All right, so the clickers I included in my box are by Popular Prints. You need the switches, the keyboard switches to go inside of those, but the prints are super easy, super quick, and I think this month she released these awesome butterflies, and I think I'm gonna go with those. All right, I've picked the mini I want to print. It's gonna be the crocodile, and I got the clicker picked out as well. So all that's left to do is head downstairs and load some filament. I'm gonna go with this like teal color. This is a sunloo. They call it grass green, I believe, but it definitely is not a grass green. It's more of a teal. And then for the butterfly, maybe this sunloo. Both of these are pretty cool colors, I think. Maybe I can work with them. I think I want to go with Polymaker. This is their lime green. And then maybe this bright blue as well. We'll see. The blue may be an off gesture there, but we'll see what happens. I think these will look pretty good, hopefully. All right, we got the printers running for the day. I don't have anything else that has to be run today, so we are gonna let those be where they are, and we're gonna move on to our hopefully final task for the day. It's all I had planned on the list that I needed to get done today. So for a little while now, I've had an AMS that's been out of commission. So this is, I've already taken apart the AMS because I had to figure out what the problem was. It was this thing. Okay, and right here, there's a crack right there. And so it was causing issues with the feeding. And so I've ordered another one of these parts, I think. So I think inside this, there is an extra of those. Internal hub unit. Yes, I believe so. And I was really hoping that just that one piece that's cracked I could find online, and maybe I missed it and it really is there, but I didn't see it. And so I ordered the entire brand new hub. And I've been dragging my feet when it comes to getting this new piece installed, but I'm hoping it's relatively easy. All right, so there is some glue on there that you kind of need to chip away at, but I got one of the cables free. I'm just gonna make sure there's not any glue left there to get in the way when I put things back. All right, we'll see if that gets in the way in a minute. I got 2 more to do. Before I take that one out, I think I might go ahead and plug these in so that I know where they go and I don't lose track. All right, the motor has been reattached. Now let's get this cable on there. All right, it seems like I have everything back together besides the tubes. So I'm gonna hook it back in and see if it's working. Hopefully it is. And hopefully I don't have to do that again in the future, because it was definitely the most involved repair I've had to do. So let's see what we can get cooking up with this thing now. Fingers crossed. All right, so far so good. I'm gonna go run some print, I don't know, just to see if this works. While I'm waiting on that to see if it's gonna work, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out how long the pipe needs to be for these. 80 inches seems to be the sweet spot. So I definitely do not have enough pipes to get more than just 1 row done, because I have 2 10-foot sections. I would have needed these to be 5 feet, not 6 feet, but that's okay. I'll just get more from the store and I'll get whatever I can on the wall right now while I'm waiting on this, because it's still heating up at the moment. Oh no! I didn't connect it back. It works, but I forgot to connect the AMS PTFE tube back to the printer. Whoops. But I guess now that I see that this works, I don't really even need to continue on with the print. I just sent something random. But still, for science. There we go. Now it's connected. And it works! Yay! Okay, and so now, all the way down there, underneath all of this mess, is the pipes. And so I'm gonna attempt to pull them out and try to cut them. And that, in fact, will be the last thing that I have to do today. I mean, I technically don't have to do this, but I'm going to. Hooray! Yes! 1 down, 1 to go. We did it! Oh, I'm sweating so bad, but we did it. And now we don't have to do it again until I go to the hardware store. All right, let's load these pipes. Honestly, it could have been a little bit longer, so I'll put these in the top for now, but I might continue on the top row when I get new pipe, and then move these shorter pipes down here to the lower level, but for now, it's good. Oof, it is so hot in that room, my goodness. All right, so I got the top level in for now. I'm gonna wait maybe until I get the extra pipes because I don't want to put a bunch of filament all the way up on the top row and then have to bring it all back down. But what I can do for now is I can bring any filaments to this wall that are in there that I want to get on the wall. Oh, I just have filament everywhere, man. I'll just chip away at what I've got in there for now. And some of the stuff I have is old Pet G from the birdhouse video, so I kind of need to get that put into some bags as well. I don't leave my Pet G out on the wall, and I'll probably have to dry all that anyways. It doesn't need to be left out for that long. I think that's good for this wall of filament. I do still have like 7 waist-high stacks in there though that will need to go on the new wall. Hopefully this afternoon I'm gonna go order the pipes, get them either delivered or for pickup so I can grab them tonight, tomorrow, something like that, and get this wall fully finished in the next day or so. But we got the bulk of it finished, and that is what we were after today. I think today was a pretty solid day, and for the rest of the afternoon, I'm probably gonna go sit down at the computer and take care of any computer work that needs to be done. I'll probably start uploading the footage, maybe start editing, finish up drawing some nameplates. There's a few odds and ends like business type things that I need to handle at the computer. But today was a super successful day. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a really fun time bringing you guys along for the journey to see another day in the life of what it's like to run a small 3D print farm. There's always something new going on. It seems like every day is just so crazy, but so fun. And I'm so grateful that I get to do this, and I would get to do none of it if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much to my Patreon members for being here, supporting me, all of that fun stuff. If you would like to join the Patreon, link is always in the description. I would love to have you, and I appreciate the support. That is all we've got for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I did end up going ahead and putting all of the filaments up here on this one. I just couldn't wait any longer. We put in all this work today. I had to see what it was going to look like, and I'm very excited. I think this is going to be the solution that I was looking for in this room. It's already starting to feel so much roomier in here, and I'm very excited. Definitely still a ways to go, but I can for sure get the filament that's left in the floor up here on the 5 or 4 rows that I have to build still. So lots of room to grow into these new Repracks, which is awesome. That's what I was hoping for. Man, it feels good to have my floor space back. Now I just gotta finish it up and sweep and get this room back in order, because man, did I let this room get out of control. But that's kind of what happens having the 2 different spaces, I'm learning. I don't have time to be at both all the time and keep things running smoothly, so I'm giving what I've got to each space when I have time, and we'll just keep moving forward. But we did what we could do today, and it was a good day.